Hello everyone and welcome to Recap Anatomy. Today I'll recap one of my favorite horror thrillers movies from 2015 called Hidden. Enjoy and have a lovely day. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to a loving father, a concerned mother, and a scared daughter with her favorite doll. Zozo had a nightmare and is hiding under the bed. When Mum asks why, she reminds her that she is 9 years old and should be called by her real name Zoe. Zozo is worried that they have been found. By who? We will find out later. They thought the bunker was safe. But between the flickering vent, the echoing well, and those twisted crayon sketches, something's crawling closer. Zozo tells her dad that the breathers will find them. Dad reassures Zozo that they are perfectly safe. There is nothing to be worried about. Zozo climbs up the bunker ladder, only to find the door is safely shut. No one is getting in this bunker. The family has been hiding in the bunker for more than 300 days, carving the wall to keep account. At sunrise, they light the lamp to start their day. They survive on canned foods, and they drink water from the chain pump, and play different games to keep themselves occupied through the day. It's time to have some food. Zozo wants peaches. She opens the can only to find the peaches are gone. It seems like a rat has made its way through the vents and eaten 2 weeks' worth of their food. They will have to ration their food and eat smaller portions from now on. Every day is getting harder and harder. Zozo complains that she can't go out, has no friends, and is stuck in this bunker. Dad reminds her that it was a miracle that they found this bunker right on time, filled with food to eat, water to drink, and beds to sleep on. So stop whining and eat your beans. Mum and Dad discuss that they are losing a lot of weight and have now lost more food. Dad suggests going to the surface to find food, but Mummy says that is suicide. Dad reminds her that Zozo comes first, no matter the consequences. The whole commotion gets them both in the mood for some reason. A quick 30 seconds later, the mum gets off the bed with disappointment in her eyes. That was fast, she says. Dad sits there in silence and dread. During her maths lesson with her mum, Zozo asks whether her friends are still alive. Mum decides it's time to let her look at the outside world. She hands her the homemade periscope. Zozo carefully slides it out of the vent and looks around. She can see her school, the playground, and even houses, but there are no people to be seen. Mum tells her that they could just be hiding like they are. Right then, the rat returns for more food. Zozo gets her dad to help kill the rat. Dad comes out with a pocket knife. First time I am seeing someone killing a rat with a pocket knife. He tells the mum he will redeem himself after the 30 seconds ninja, but fails miserably. Mum uses the opportunity and takes her frustration out making rat mince. They turn to find the lantern shattered, sparking a fire. As flames spread, Dad tries the pump, but it's jammed. Mum warns him not to force it, fearing damage from rust. He pushes through, gets it working, and with Zozo's help, they extinguish the blaze. Smoke seeps through the vent, threatening to expose their hideout to the breathers. As panic sets in, the story flashes back. Mum and Dad spot neighbors fleeing in haste. Outside, Joey, Zozo's friend, reveals the cause, a virus that transforms people. The evacuation has begun, and everyone is leaving town with their families, leaving their belongings behind. Back to the present, Dad checks the periscope. Smoke's thick outside and the wood they used to hide the bunker door has burnt away, he says. Mum starts pacing, worried. He reminds her of their 5 survival rules. Stay hidden. Never leave the shelter. Never be loud. Never lose control. Always keep calm. The breathers have searched before and never found them. Mum tells Zozo they need to go outside to check their cover. Zozo panics, tries to stop them, but deep down she knows it's necessary. She watches as Mum and Dad unchain the bunker door and climb out. Her heart sinks. Will they come back? Will the breathers find them? The questions echo in her mind. Zozo scans the woods through the periscope, finally spotting her parents gathering scraps to cover the bunker door. But then, movement in the trees. Something's lurking. She screams, but they don't hear. Panic takes over. She forces open the heavy door and rushes outside, calling for them. Mum finds her and puts her hand over her mouth. You have to be quiet, she says. Suddenly deer burst past. Just deer, Dad says, but Mum watches them closely. They're running from something. Fear grips them. They sprint back. Dad slams the door, chains it shut. Footsteps, he whispers. Heavy breathing echoes nearby. The breathers are here. Zozo struggles to hold back her sobs. Mum urges her to stay quiet, but the tears keep coming. Dad steps in, soothing her gently. "Think of something that makes you happy," he says. Through sniffles, she whispers, "I want to go home, sleep in my own bed." In that moment, it's clear. Dad would do anything to protect her. Footsteps grow louder. The family scrambles in silence, tracing the breather's path. Dust rains from the ceiling. Dad nearly sneezes but holds it in. One sound could give them away. The steps stop near the bunker door. Mum turns to Zozo, horrified. Her doll's string is tangled in the pipes. If it pulls loose, the music will play. It does. In a flash, Dad grabs the doll and rips out the speaker. The silence returns, but Zozo is shattered. But it's too late. The breathers have found them. The chains strain as the creatures pull at the bunker door, their strength cracking metal. Dad kicks at the water pump, desperate to free a pipe to block the entrance. Mum holds the door, screaming for him to hurry. He returns, but just as the door lifts, a breather's face emerges. Glowing yellow eyes, heavy breath, thunderous steps. Zozo screams. Dad yanks Mum back and slams the pipe into the breather face, pushing it back. He pulls the chains with all his might and slams the door shut, using the pipe to lock the handle. Safe, for now, but for how long? They can only wait and find out. It's not over. The ground trembles. An entire herd of breathers is closing in. The bunker shakes violently, dust raining from the ceiling, canned food crashing to the floor. They've been found. No escape, nowhere to hide. The nightmare has truly begun. Another flashback unfolds. Mum, Dad, and Zozo are fleeing the city with the crowd. Dad frantically scans the radio for updates, distracted. He nearly crashes into halted traffic. They step out, only to see the tunnel ahead, sealed off. The city's under quarantine. There's no way out. Rocks from the cliff crushes their car. Something is coming towards them. Back in the present, the breathers smash through the bunker door. "Run!" Dad shouts. Mum hurls a lantern. Flames erupt, slowing the intruders. They shove a shelf against the door, but Dad yells, "There's no way out!" Zozo points to the vent. It's narrow, but their only chance. Mum climbs through first, squeezing past the tight metal frame. Zozo follows, trembling but determined. Dad looks at the fire and knows it will not hold much longer. He tries to squeeze through, but the vent is too narrow. He realizes there is only one way to go through. He holds his breath and twists his arm to dislocate his shoulder. In desperate need to escape, he gives his wife his other arm to pull him up. She musters all the strength she has. The breathers break free from the fire and hurl towards Dad. Just as he is about to escape, one breather grabs onto Dad's leg and pulls him down. Just before falling back down, Dad reminds Mum that Zozo must come first. He is surrounded by breathers. Mum and Zozo watches in horror as Dad is being attacked by the breathers. Due to the smoke, they can only see red ketchup splashed around. No matter the pain, they have to run. The breathers are coming. The run through the woods, hearts pounding, lungs burning, until they reach the tunnel, the same one from the beginning. A helicopter roars overhead, its spotlight slicing through the darkness, locking onto them. A net is thrown and they have been caught. Desperately trying to escape, but all they can do is watch the breathers close in. As the breathers close in, Zozo stares at the glowing yellow eyes, terrified. But as they step into the light, the truth hits her. The eyes aren't monstrous. They're visors, masks. They're not monsters. They're soldiers. The army. Zozo and Mum are sedated. Everything fades. Flashback. Jets roar overhead, shaking the ground. Rocks crash onto their car as explosions echo through the town. The sky darkens with smoke as bombs rain down, wiping out everything in their path. Chaos erupts. Mum grabs Zozo's hand, shouting, "The bunker near the school." They sprint through the mayhem, dodging debris and fire. Just as the jets circle back, they dive inside, seconds before the bombs hit. Zozo looks up at Dad, confused and scared. "Why are they doing this to us?" she asks. Mum hesitates, then speaks softly. "It's not just the city they're trying to contain. It's us. The truth sinks in. They're not just survivors, they're infected. The virus didn't change them into monsters, but it made them dangerous. That's why the army came. That's why they were hunted. They are the quarantine. The sergeant steps forward, voice cold. Are there others like you? Mum shakes her head. No, just us. He gives the order. Guns rise. Mum pleads, shielding Zozo. She's just a child. But the virus stirs within her. Bones shift, eyes darken. She begins to change. Just as the soldiers prepare to fire, crack. A body drops. Behind it stands Dad, fierce and bloodied. He's not done fighting. Dad is outnumbered. Bullets hit him as he fights back. But his sacrifice buys just enough time. Mum grabs Zozo and bolts, slipping past the chaos. His last act wasn't just brave, it was the reason they got away. Zozo hides in a car as Mum fights off the soldiers, taking down a few before a bullet hits her leg. She collapses beside the car, vulnerable. A soldier approaches, ready to finish her, until a chilling sound stops him. Zozo has changed. She leaps from the shadows, attacking the soldier with monstrous strength, nearly killing him. "Let him go," Mum cries, dragging herself forward. But Zozo turns on her, the virus surging. She lashes out, until Mum reaches her, grounding her with love and desperation. Zozo snaps back, but it's too late. The soldier is infected. He's beginning to turn. As they flee, Zozo spots Dad, wounded, barely holding on. He grips Mum's hand, whispering, "Take care of her." Then to Zozo, with fading strength, "I love you." He slips away. Mum, heartbroken, sees the helicopter circling overhead. No time to grieve. She scans the woods and spots a tunnel half hidden beneath branches. She grabs Zozo's hand. Together they slip into the shadows, vanishing beneath the forest's cover, just as the spotlight sweeps past. In the dim tunnel, footsteps echo. Mum and Zozo freeze, bracing for the worst. But then, a familiar voice. It's Joey, Zozo's friend. Relief floods in. "There are more survivors," Joey says, smiling. He leads them to a hidden underground bunker where families huddle together, safe. Mum and Zozo step inside, surrounded by warmth and hope. They still ache for Dad, but they're no longer alone. The nightmare isn't over, but they've found something worth holding on to. The movie ends with a quiet, bittersweet peace.